Hey there and welcome. The world of tech news is just overflowing, right? So how do you find what actually matters to you? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a publication that's trying to be the answer, at least for an entire country. Let's get into stuff South Africa.
I mean, we've all been there. You open up your phone or your laptop and boom, it's just this tidal wave of information. New phones, breakthroughs in AI, gaming updates, changes to your streaming services. It's this constant, overwhelming flood. How do you even begin to keep up with it all?
So first, you see a headline. Netflix is jacking up its prices again, and you're thinking, ugh, is it time to cancel?
And then bam, something about AI slop on Spotify pops up. And you're like, wait, what even is AI slop?
And before you can even wrap your head around that, you see some totally wild patent from Sony that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's a lot to take in every single day.
Okay, so in this total chaos of a digital ocean, where's the lifeline? Well, for a whole lot of people in South Africa, it's a publication that has made its entire mission to sort through all that noise for you.
And that brings us to this. At its very core, Stuff South Africa calls itself the country's consumer tech news hub. That one little phrase, it pretty much tells you everything you need to know. Their whole goal is to be that central, trusted place for tech news that actually matters to, a regular person. And look, they don't just do it one way. They come at it from every possible angle. It's not just the breaking news. They do these really in-depth reviews on everything, from your next phone to your next car. They've got those top 10 lists that actually help you make smart buying decisions, and dedicated guides to get the most out of your gear. Basically, they've built this complete toolkit for anyone trying to navigate today's tech world.
But this is where they really shine. I mean, it's one thing to just report on what's happening in, say, Silicon Valley. It's a completely different game to explain what that actually means for someone living in Johannesburg or Cape Town.
Okay, so this slide is really the perfect example of their secret sauce. So look on the left. You've got a global headline. WhatsApp gets a new feature. Cool, right? But now look at the right. That's the local spin. FNB is using that exact same platform to launch a new e-wallet. Now that's news you can actually use, right now, in South Africa. Same thing with the second example. A vague global story about rising tech prices is one thing, but a specific warning from Eskom about blackouts, that has an immediate direct impact on your life. This is what they do. They bridge that gap between the global and the hyperlocal.
Yeah, and of course, in today's world, you can't just be about the written word, right? A huge part of their strategy is video, and specifically what they're cooking up over on YouTube.
So if you take a look at their YouTube channel, you can see there's a real strategy at play here. So you've got their 3 Reasons to Buy series. These are short, they're punchy, they help you make a decision, and, no surprise, they're super popular. We're talking tens of thousands of views. Then you've got their long-form podcasts with industry insiders, which get great engagement from people who want to go deeper. And of course, you've got the classic unboxings and reviews for the really dedicated tech fans. It's clear they know exactly who their audience is and they know how to reach them.
What this really means is that whether you've got 2 minutes to spare or a full hour, they've got something for you. You can get a quick first impression of a new gadget, or you could settle in for a long discussion with a bank CEO talking about digital fraud, or even get a virtual tour of Comic-Con Africa. They've really built out a video library that meets you wherever you are, time-wise and interest-wise.
So what's the big takeaway here? What does this all add up to? Well, in a world where we're just drowning in information, having someone who can curate it all for you, that becomes one of the most valuable things out there.
And really, their own tagline kind of says it all. Everything you want to know about everything you want. It's a big claim, for sure. It's ambitious, but it perfectly captures what they're trying to do. Be that go-to, one-stop shop for consumer tech in the region.
And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? In a world where tech feels more and more global every day, does having a local guide become more important or less? I think what Stuff SA really shows us is that translating the global stuff into what it means for you, locally, isn't just some nice little feature. It's absolutely essential. Because in a world of just endless noise, having someone who actually speaks your language, well, that's everything. Thanks for tuning in.